Welcome to Alpha Proto. I'm Alpha Proto, and this evening, we are going to be animating Neko Majin Z's standing heart kick. I finally chose one, and it's from, I think this character's name is John, and she is from Golden Axe. She's from Golden Axe, the fighting one, battle edition or whatever. So what we're going to be doing is, I like to show the difference first. Okay, she's got two attacks. She's got this one, which I've labeled number 1, and it looks like this, and it's more kind of to the side. It's more of a spin. And this one's more of a flip that she rotates with. Well, we're good. Okay, I'll actually show you because I ended up animating it. This is number 1, and this is number 2. And it looks way too much like a flip, and it looks like a launcher, like she's scooping her opponent up with her talons on her feet, throwing them in the air. I've already got the uppercut. I don't think I need any more launchers. I just get ridiculous. So I'm going to go with something that's more in the style of a roundhouse, and that would be number 1. So I've got the reference right here, all the frames. I may end up adding more frames to this just to make it a smoother animation, because one of the big problems with that Golden Axe game is that the animations are pretty stiff. Like this area right here, this head, it's the same head, and that's the same head. But you know, that's common for fighting games. I've been using the same head for Neko Majin this whole animation, so don't be shocked that I'm still using the same one, you know? It actually helps me keep at least the head a consistent shape, and if I just keep using this head and editing it. Many D's, not editing. I'm from Texas. Another thing I'd like to point out is this is the newest version of graphic scale. Its interface is pretty clean. It has these borders. Like, I know I could probably pull all this stuff out and just move it around, but I'm gonna leave it where it is. I like the order. And I've already got some frames. All the frames are down here. These are the layers. And this is what I really like. You could set all the properties and stuff of the layers before you actually make them. Same thing over here. You can add to the left or the right of the frame if the way it was in the original version, which I've been using this entire time up until now, which I paid $10 for 10 years ago, so I was pretty attached to it because I spent money on it. But after actually downloading this version on my laptop for free, I was like, oh, this is way better. It may have something to do with the fact that it's new and not 10 years old. But you know, you spend money on something, you want to get your money's worth. And this, but still, like, there's some features that are just way more user-friendly. I don't really like this. That doesn't look right. Okay, maybe I have a standing HK. That's what it is. Turn, crouch, special attack. Okay, I'm gonna use this. Because I saw some mistakes on this. 90% sure that these colors are the same colors. Okay, that's no good. Okay. Color depth. Full. Okay, now take this color and drop it in there now because I was only allowing so many colors. Right. Now the colors are okay. I'm gonna save that. This is gonna be flashing over here, so I apologize for that. Okay, this is the neutral stance. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames. Got 3 here, so let's add some more frames to the right. 1. And set with the transparent colors. I can set how many these of 1/60th of a second it is. I always use 6. Actually, man, this background color is different too. Okay, let's not do this. Let's duplicate this to the right. Oh, this is another option that has current frame. Yep. And I will duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 3 more. Let's see if there's any other options. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got our 8 frames. Looks like my microphone's working. Oh, Tank Ferret. Hey, hey, folks, he says. Hey, hey. What's up? You doing good? Hope you're doing good. Hope everybody's doing good. Just chilling, doing some animation. We've got. I'm using the new version of Graphics Scale, version 2.08.17. So that's that. I don't know if that's a year. This version 2, I've been using the very first version, which I helped fund, since I actually paid money for it, the full version. Now, when I pay for it, it's obsolete. They're giving it away for free now. But yeah, I'm doing the standing heart kick. So this is just the neutral frame to start from and end with. And I've got it. I'm going to use this as reference, which is going to look like that when it's animated. So I'm just going to use basic shapes, like a silhouette. Shape out a silhouette of the character, and then I'm gonna break it down into colors. And that may be all I do tonight, because I could, like, finishing an entire character could take all night. I just don't feel like being up all night. I usually am, but I don't think people would want to see me working on this for 6 hours. 6 hours of sprite animation, that's crazy. I mean, that's preposterous. I don't want to put anyone's mental faculties into question. I'm no psychiatrist. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. What do we got? Madness, even. Yes. Space madness. For everyone who knows Ren and Stimpy references. Okay, this first frame. Let's go to the next frame, and we're gonna have to go to this Running Man, and we're gonna do a transparency of the frame before this. And now we can see all the frames that preceded. We can be friends. I guess, I don't know. I'm a friendly dude. Let's use... What color? What color? Orange. Green. Blue? He's blue. Never use blue. Yeah, let's use blue. And we're just gonna shape out the silhouette of the character. In this frame, the back's starting to turn, so we're gonna try to emulate this pose with this character. No, let's just use... It's probably the wrong shade of blue to animate with. No, this is probably a little too accurate. Let's get down to business like this. It's probably too big. Alright, now this elbow here. Try to keep the body the same size. This elbow pointing here. And a hand here. That paw. We're gonna put Neko's paw there. Right, this foot's turning. It's gonna be kind of weird showing that he's turning when his legs are kind of in the same position as they are now. But he has a symbol on his back, so that should help. Just alter this slightly. He's gonna have to pivot on one of these feet. He's pivoting on the back foot. It's like the axis of the animation, so... There we go. That's the first silhouette or frame. You know what? Let's move this head over a little bit to the left. So let's use this lasso tool. Like this. The reason this white's here is because the white's the secondary color. I should change that. That's the X. And that takes care of that. Now it... Wow, okay. Nope. Okay, that's good. Now every time I move this, it shouldn't be white anymore. It should be pink and transparent. I'm still getting used to this program. This is the first time I've ever used it. I just downloaded it before the stream started. This version of the program, yeah, I've used graphic scale before, just not version 2.08.17. Alright, that's one. That's one down. Let's go to the next, which should be this, right? So the ears are going to be in this direction, the head's going to be facing that way. All my shortcuts are the same, that's good. Ears are still going in that direction. Okay, his arm's starting to punch down. Yeah, if he's spinning on this foot, I'm gonna move him over so. And keep this foot in position. I'll do the tail animation last. It's something that drags along, so the animation will be more accurate if I just save it for last. Having it react to what I already animated. Right, now I've got to have him in a squatting position with his back turned on this foot. So let's start with this foot. It's gonna be rough. It's always gonna be rough. Put his hands here. I know the hands are kind of like here, but these are giant claws, and I think that'll help the transition better if these hands are closer to the ground because that's where they're going. This isn't frame by frame, this is what they call straight ahead animation. I mean, wait, no. Did I say frame for frame? It's always frame for frame. What are we talking about? This isn't key animations. These are just straight ahead because for keys, you would probably do this, 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 and this. And then you do the in-betweens, which would be all the other frames. But I'm straight ahead animating, which is you just animate from start to finish. Chronologically, is that the word? These ears are too big. It's pretty close. sequentially? Yeah! That's what it is. Oh, thanks for liking and sharing, Tank. That's gonna help. I've been at this for 20 minutes, and so far I've blocked out three of these sequential frames. 3 out of 8 in 20 minutes. That's not bad, considering I had to explain all this stuff. Okay, this is the next one. So this head's gonna be a little lower down. Let's go back to this. Yeah, the feet are, well, the head's actually gonna be farther ahead. So let's keep the feet posted here. It's looking like a rabbit. It always looks kind of like a rabbit, though. The hands here, or paws, or whatever. He's kind of anthro, but it varies. Make the ears stick up like here. Pretty good. Can't really tell he's turning though. Yeah, it's more like a spinning mule kick. Like Hillbilly Jim used to do in WWF. Spinning mule kick. This right here. It's actually pretty smooth. Smooth jazz. Right, he's in this position. And the next axis. That's one thing I like about this bottom one compared to this one. He actually posts his feet. I mean, his hands down. She posts her hands down here, and it stays. Those are the axes where it stands. On this, just kind of in the air. Post it in the air. It just doesn't look stable, so I'm actually gonna keep these hands on the ground as a new place, a new axis of rotation. Yeah, I think that's the proper word. Rabbit kick. Boxing out's rabbit punches. Neko Majin Z has rabbit kicks. Right, that's the actual frame, kick frame. Don't know if the character's too big right here. It's really hard for me to tell. I kind of think the word's fudge details or specifics on the attacks of, or how long limbs are, just to serve the purpose of actually being able to contact with the characters that I'm fighting against. Because his legs are like really stubby. But I could stretch out the arms a little bit instead of the legs. So let's put these legs in. And make the arms longer. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Yeah, the arms are what he's going to be pivoting on. Should probably make this thicker so you can see the back arm easier. Alright, what do we got? Wait, where were these? Okay. You know, I'm gonna move this over to the right a little more. Little more. Because if he's neutral here, that means the kick only goes about that far. Half of his body width. That's not a very good roundhouse. I need a little bit more distance. Most good kicks are they're the width of the character. And I'm really not getting that right now. Okay, let's add another frame. Let's duplicate this frame and stretch it out a little more. I think that may do it. And let's turn it a little bit. A little bit more. Oh yeah, all this music is these are the themes of Yuri Yagami from King of the King of Fighters. Started off with 94 and went up to, we're at 99 now. When this is all done, I'll go to some remix original music from a musician named Wizzy Whip It Wonderful. He uses the sound effects and instrument like notes from old Capcom games, and he uses it to arrange new music. Alright, let's do this frame right here. So the pivot is on this right hand. Man, I got some new neighbors and they really love to rev the engines of their vehicles. It's really annoying. I don't know if that's just a Texas thing or people like revving engines, or if it's just a universal thing. They want to be cool, so they rev their engines. Let's have this hand here. Both feet. Yeah, video game music, especially older ones, they tend to not set off copyright. They won't be looking for any money. And what else does it? Covers, musical covers, they don't do it. Unless they're really close. Or if someone's actually looking for it and files it. Let me check this out. Alright, I guess it's doing pretty good. Okay, get here. I don't know where this color came from. The axis rotation on this hand. The body's going to I don't know, I guess you know what, let's reverse this. Or should it be this with the edit? Now this. Let's copy this. That way the size is consistent. Flip it. How much room do I have though? No, there's not enough room. Canvas size is too small. Okay. Large canvas. Oh, that's new. 300. To the right. That worked. Guess instead of having the body completely straight like before, knees are starting to bend. Feet are about here. Getting ready to post. Getting ready to land from the spin. Looks a little too thick. Let's move this over some more. This looks like it's working. I need to scrunch up some more. Way more. This up. Just another foot. Alright, he's recovering. Not sure about head size. Not sure about ear location. Whoa! So it goes from here to here? How did this do it? Pretty stationary. I don't, what am I doing down here? What is that? Let's duplicate this. It looks like there's quite a few adjustments that need to be made. Forward frame and back frame. Excuse me. Let's move this. Never used the circle one, but okay. Would it be this? No, that's really weird. We're gonna have to move a lot more than just that. It's a little bit better. I may need one more frame for recovery. Got hair in my eye. Excuse me. Alright. Now let's add another frame. Nope. Let's duplicate a frame. I don't want to deal with getting all this stuff. Okay, this arm is up, and now it's down. Let's put it about. Let's get rid of this. Let's rotate this some more. That up, rotate. Ooh, it's already starting to look better. Let's move this over here. This arm here. Let's keep this up. This. Okay, this hand's sliding around. Let's move this. This preview frame has... Well, I have way more space than I thought I did. Big goof. Alright. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, these first 2 frames. Starts off that spin really rough. That's the only way I can really think of making them end up in the same spot. I want to move this. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. It's about as wide as he is. Yeah, everything turns about here. The foot turns here, the hand turns here. May need a smear frame, but right now this looks alright. Okay, that animation is set up. You know what? Let's crop this. So it's actually going to hit about here. Yeah, that's twice its body length. And it has 2 frames that it's active. Maybe even here. Not sure about where the head is right here. It's good. It's looking good. Control S to save. Alright. It's pretty smooth. Some of the limbs changed a little bit, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to start separating these colors out. So let's start with the pants. I guess I'll use this color replacement tool. Maybe I could lasso the colors and drop in. Yeah, let's try this. Wow. What's the deal with... Okay, what's... So is the lasso just to move stuff? Because in Photoshop you select it and they... Well, I guess that's why they have this. Okay, I'm gonna... basically separate this character into top and bottom half. See? It already made a distinction between the top and bottom half of them just by using two colors. That's the beauty of this technique. Maybe it should be in the air. Is she ever in the air? On the last frame, she's in the air. So... this hand is still down here. I can put that hand here. So let's make that a foot. Move this arm. So about here. Better midway point to recover from than all the way down here. Let's do the belt next. That should probably be part of this green. So, this color. It's actually a fairly thin belt. It's just one line keeping the middle separate from the top and bottom lines. It doesn't seem like it's in the right spot. Okay, let's... Alright. This song is actually being sang by the voice actor of this character, the character Yuri, so it's kind of weird. Alright, this blue seems like it's in the right position. It's always interesting when Japanese singers throw in a little bit of English. Keep people on their toes, I guess.
Soul. Whoa, whoa, tonight, 冷たい雲が流れてく
Stubby feet.
このまま
May need to fix that. Just not right now.
Don't break my soul. Whoa, whoa.
Alright, guess this blue area up here, and the wrist. Maybe. Now let's do the orange. This blue is similar to this blue, even a little bit. Maybe the wrong orange. Orange.
Never lose my way.
Oops, wrong. I was supposed to be using a color replacement. That's not color replacement. Right. Alright. And this is the theme of Neko Majin Z. Yep, it's coming together. Better save. There we go. Control S to save. What's next? Nope. Control S. I think I put this line through the boot. That should let me... Whoa, that's too thick. 1 pixel. Alright. Should let me know if I should adjust the boot. They're pretty squatty. Man, this is weird. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust the size of these boots. It's just not working that great. let's use this. I won't get too far to bounce with it. I don't get it. Oh, it's the wrong color. There we go. I think it's like 2 pixels wide. Now it's not. Should probably be up here then. Oh man. This line tool isn't for drawing. But it helps. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, this is basically how I animate my sprites. Now, anyway. First I was doing all the line art, but the line art has to be adjusted so much. It kind of makes sense to do it last. Kind of makes sense. Okay, the bottom of the foot is yellow. these are the heel of the feet. Not heel, it's complete sole, I guess. Sole of the feet. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. It's not bad. It's not bad. Right. Like he's breakdancing. I guess this is enough to add the tail in. This is really weird. This is the right leg? This is the left leg? Let's use this. That crosses over. A little more thickness to it. This is frame 3, so that's about here. Can't really tell where. Okay, so here. Maybe a little too long. Yeah, that works. That actually helps it look like it's turning more. Alright, the tail pretty much ends up right where it needs to be. Yep, the tail goes in an arc. Goes all the way from here, all the way around. Pretty good circle. Yeah, I better save that. It's like happy accident right there. Like me. Alright, I'm going to see how this program handles copy and pasting and since the update. Yes, I wish, okay, you see this part right here? Wish that was transparent. But it wouldn't be transparent unless I put it on another layer. That's the worst thing about this program. Blast. Alright, there we go. Wow, that's trippy. Always make sure that the transparent color is the secondary color. Really just trying to make sure the head size is correct. So I was just playing around, you know. It's pretty close. Some stragglers, but nothing too horrible. Probably do that on some more of these layers, just to get the head shape down. But I'll have to adjust. I'll probably have to resprite it. Just to make it look better. I'm doing this to make sure the head size is consistent. Missed it. Okay, there we go. Right down here. Get rid of this extra pixels. Back up here, get rid of this orange. Pretty good transition into the space. I'll have to redo it, but let's do this again. Wow. Head was a little too big. It's part of the arm now. Ears probably need to be smaller. It looks kind of weird, but I don't know, I guess I'll just blank out this whole face. Wrong layer. Okay. Just need the shape. Wrong color. So. Hmm. Wrong color. It's kind of weird how the ears are pointing down now. We're pointing straight. Maybe this should. Maybe the ears should be the other way now. Maybe it doesn't need to be like that at all. Bad idea. Nope. Ears are probably too big. I like the shape, so let's do it. No way that character's head's that big. Not bad. Oops. Oops. Huh, what if I could do this for another 25 minutes? Get a clean 2 hours off of this? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Animations. Kind of, sorta, all done. Now it's all about details. Well, not details, far from details. All about fleshing out the details. Yeah, that sounds more accurate. I'm gonna go ahead and combine these frames. I mean, these layers. I'm not sure how this program saves. Well, by that I mean I'm not sure how it saves animated. Is it GIF or GIF? I think he said. I think the creator of the program said pronunciation is GIF, but it's a G. GIF, GIF. If you want it GIF, why do you use a J? It's just weird. No, I'm pretty literal when it comes to things like this. Right, what am I gonna do? One easy thing that I could do is detail these pants. Like, put these dark lines on the pants. Because most of the shadow, since he's leaning over, I have a shadow on the crotch and waist area. And eventually I'm gonna color separate this. That's why it kind of looks like a diaper-ish area. So let's use some lines and separate out some details. Pretty decent. Usually use the straight line tool to do detailed lines because it does a stagger instead of a step. See these kind of step. I want it to stagger. Maybe there's a better way to say it. That's just the way I like to. It's the way I usually describe it. If there was a spriting program that did that for you, that'd be great. Oops. That straight line tool is way better. Oh, I'm sorry, Trap. I didn't see you there. I was so focused into my artwork that I faded away into the pixels. Like someone who got killed in Tron. How are you? It's a Trap Productions. So far, I've been doing better than expected with this. Oh, don't want to see that. Nice work so far on the moves, says it's Trap Productions. Thank you very much. It took me months to think of this move. I was like, what am I gonna use? And then I was like, oh, that's not bad. That could do wonders, yo. That could be just what I'm looking for. Because I wanted something that was clearly a roundhouse, and roundhouse kicks you always spin. But I wanted something different. Something that wasn't your traditional high or low spinning kick, you know? Since roundhouse kick is traditionally HK, which could be hard kick or high kick, depending on, you know, what your school of fighting game buttons is. It's a pretty good high kick. It's got decent reach. It's like twice the size of his body. Hits about here. So it's higher than he is. I mean, taller than he is. So it works. Are you planning on streaming tonight, Mr. Trap Productions? I was planning on streaming yesterday, and my microphone was... my microphone. This snowball's... this blue snowball's been through a lot with me. It was my first true investment into my voice acting. But, man, this thing is wonky. And my Yeti Pro, they both have the same problems. The USB port jack on the system, on the microphone, it's just broken. You have to fiddle with it before it actually gets a decent connection. So, and the thing is, another thing, I have a Rode mic arm, and that's what I put my microphones on while I'm streaming. So the microphone is actually in front of my face while I draw. It's not on the table. If it was sitting on the table, well, my elbow's on the table, and it would pick up like my elbow hitting the table, and I wouldn't have enough room to, you know, lean over and really get into the canvas. Oh, this Trap Production says my next stream will be on Thursday. It's time for the final of Xenoblade Chronicle X. Oh, it's been a long, long road. The path to the final of Xeno Chronicle X. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of miss it. But I'm not even playing it. I always get sad at the end of RPGs. That's probably why I never finish them. I think closest thing to finishing an RPG was Mega Man Legends. That took like months. It was just, we rent it. We would rent the game over and over again and see how far we got, you know. And we get stuck. We finally, I don't know, I think we either used a Game Shark or actually got good. Not sure. What's the boat part? The boat mission against the bonds? Couldn't get past that part. It was just too much. And we finally beat the game against Juno and all that stuff, and then you're leaving the island, and we're waving goodbye, and it's like, oh, they're all gone. I'm gonna miss all these people I've met But, you know, nice thing about that was they wrote in some really nice stuff. Oh, you may come back to it if people want you to. A lot of post-game content. Huh. Well, if you don't go back to that game, what are you gonna play? Just Smash Brothers? I think that's a fair question. That's like the new hotness on the way. Gotta get in on the hype. Hop aboard the hype train. And this Trap Production says my next game, Captain Toad Treasure Hunter, Treasure Tracker. But you better believe there's going to be a lot of Smash streams. Oh, okay. So it's like, you know, you just chill with the Captain Toad game. Then when you really want to like go all out, you bring out the big guns with Smash. I need to work on my comic book. My comic book is what's gonna get me out of poverty. Make me famous. Make me lots of money. Well, probably not lots of money, but get me popular. Established. I was working on this character. I really like the character, but I'm not gonna make any money doing this. But I hope this counts as like work experience, so I can apply to a job. They say, so do you have at least 2 years of work experience in the video game industry? And I'm like, I made a M.U.G.E.N character, and it took me 2 years. Yes. That work experience question always gets me. Always gets me. Either that or it's like bachelors in animation are equivalent. Bachelors in arts are equivalent. I could do the job, man. This piece of paper doesn't prove I can do the job. I can show you my moves. Show me your moves. See, that's the thing. I tried to be an indie developer, but you definitely need a team. One person can do it, but it's never smart. It's never smart. You need other people to help you. If you run into something and you don't have a solution for it, that could end your motivation altogether. It's happened to me. It's bad. So not cool. You could be on a roll like this HK kick. The only thing that keeps me going is like all the people who support me, you know? Like this, if I didn't do this stream, I would have just, I don't know, this could have been the end of this character. I would have been like, you know what? I give up. I can't do it. This character is like, it's not worth it. Nobody cares about this character except me. I can't think of the kick. If I don't have a kick, you can't play a character if he doesn't have all the basic buttons. So what's the point? And that's usually where you like freeze up. And I realize that. So normally, nowadays, if I run into a point where I'm stuck on anything, I either move on to another aspect that I'm not like stuck on. Like when I couldn't figure this out, I went, okay, I guess I'll start special attacks until I can actually think of something. And that's what I did. But when it comes to comic books, or anything, I think comic books, yeah, it's like I'd run into a story plot, or I'd write myself into a wall, and I'd be like, I can't think of a way to get out of this. Like, how would this work? And I'd just stop. That's why I'm to my book. I was working on a comic book from 5th grade all the way up until like third year junior college, because I'm cheap. And I wrote my characters into a weird situation where it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. And I was like, okay, I don't know, it was one of those situations where one of the characters was kind of a pervert, and then the other one wasn't. It was like really naive, and I was like, "Oh man, I shouldn't have put him on a bullet train, on a trip, alone together." I knew it was like, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna cause some tension. Oh, this is gonna be hilarious." And I was like, "Ugh, how's this person not gonna get assaulted?" I was like, "This is a bad idea. I shouldn't have did this." Poor characters. I'm a bad writer. I put my characters in horrible situations. It's interesting, but even I couldn't think of a good answer to get out of it. But that's besides the point. When it comes to video games, you have a programmer, and if your programmer runs into a problem, how are they going to get out of the problem? Like, if you're an artist, like, you're going to need someone to design and to animate, if it's 2D, you know. But then you're going to need someone to program, and you're going to need someone to write. I'd say a good team would probably be about 10 people. Probably have 2 programmers. Now the rest of the people would be like illustration and animation, just to keep production fast. Everyone would be in charge of something, ideally. That way all the money would be split between 10 people, which is, you know, you got $500,000 and you split it between, man, that's pretty decent. Even if it's years worth of work on the side. Most of that money would probably go into making another game. That's the way I see it. Oh! Okay, I've gone 2 hours and 1 minute. You know what? I'm still going pretty good. I'm gonna go for 3 hours. I still want to turn on the television though. Oh! This Trap Production says you also need to have a strong vision. If your vision is muddled on how you want to achieve your goal, it's going to be that much harder to make what you want. Yeah, that's true. And hopefully all the people that you work with have the same vision. Otherwise, there's going to be a conflict. The more people, the more conflict. And the more people there are, they can carry the burden. It's easier to carry the burden of the game. I'm talking from experience. I worked on a game, independent game. I ended up dropping out. It was actually messing up my academic life. I wasn't getting any sleep. And I was working. I was going to school, driving an hour to school, an hour back. Had weird hours. And it's just really frustrating when you have to drive an hour to school, an hour back, and I had classes I had to stay late on Monday. School was Monday, Wednesday. Okay, there was no school on Fridays. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was no school. So I had Monday, Wednesday. Monday and Wednesday was I had to be at school at was it 11? And my last class was at 8 p.m. So I'd stay on the campus all day, even though my classes were like, I think I only had I had 3 classes on Monday and Wednesday. It was like 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and then 8 p.m. And it took me an hour to get there, so I'd have to leave around 8. Alright, and then I had a class on Tuesday, which started at 8. And I'd have projects and assignments on Monday night in my 2D design class, which started at 8. And I wanted to finish them that night. So I'd stay in the art room until like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. sometimes. Just trying to finish assignments. And then I'd drive home, so I'd get home about 3 a.m. And then I'd go to sleep for a few hours. And then I'd wake up at 7 a.m. And I'd drive for an hour and get there at 8 p.m. And I'd be in my Tuesday class. I only had 1 class on Tuesdays, and that was Neoclassical Renaissance art. I think that was called. Yeah, because that's my favorite kind of painting era. I'm just talking about my schedule. But yeah, if I had in that history class, neoclassical art history class, I'd have papers I'd have to do. It was all research papers, so I'd research it all day, and I have to get the papers in by that day. It was horrible because it was like I show up to class, the teacher would tell me all this stuff, and then say do a research paper on something, not on anything, basically anything about neoclassical art in that chapter. So it didn't help me. She was like, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you what's on the test and regurgitate it to you. I want you to research it for yourself. And I was like, it's kind of funny because she said, well, maybe some of you need to go to junior college so you can learn how to take tests. It was stupid because that she said that. It really irritated me. She was the worst teacher ever. Oh, blue-haired lady. She was like, all the tests you had, there was no multiple choice. All the tests I went to junior college for 7 years. It took me 7 years to get my associate's degree. Because I'm just persistent. I'm not smart, I'm just persistent. So when I hear someone say, like, math, it took me forever. I took a intermediate math course. All that time, math was kicking my butt. And I finally got good scores enough on my, I think it's tax test or something or whatever. I finally passed the math part of it to the point where I could get into elementary algebra or whatever it was. I mean, college algebra. That's what it was. College algebra. Finally got into college algebra after 5 years of taking intermediate algebra. And I failed the class like 4 semesters. And I'd show up, I'd try to do my work, I'm just not good at math. And then I talked to the teacher, I was like, what can I do? And she's like, maybe you should take intermediate algebra. Maybe you should take intermediate algebra and learn how to do the math. And I was like, ooh, oh boy. It's such a sinking feeling when it's like, they suggest, oh, why don't you take this intermediate class where you can learn all the basics? And it's like, I've been doing that since I started junior college. Every semester I've taken an intermediate math course. For 5 years. And then after that, I took a summer class, and I passed it. There you go. I took a summer class. I took summer semester of college algebra, and I passed it after failing it for 4 semesters. Failed it 4 semesters, took it once, and then in the summer with a different teacher, and I passed it. Whoop-de-doo. I guess the problem was the teacher the whole time. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up. Getting worked up here. Now I remember one of my teachers saying, so when I went to university, and I was taking that Renaissance class, neoclassical Renaissance art class, I was like, what can I do to pass this class? And she was like, well, maybe you should go to junior college where you can save your money and come back when you know how to take tests. And I was like, ooh. Because I just spent 7 years in junior college and now she's telling me to go back. Oh man, college made me so mad. I spent $12,000 on that one semester and it ticked me off all out of my savings. Every time I went to school, I went to college after I graduated for 12 years. And all I got was an associate's degree and 1 semester of university. And everybody telling me to give up and stop. It just made me mad. Sorry, but yeah, that's what I was going through in college, and then I come home, and then someone's like, sometimes I check on the internet with the team that was making the game, and then someone's like, redo all this animation over again, it's not right. And then, boy. Oh boy. Like, driving an hour doesn't seem like it's a lot, but when you're tired... There were times when I was driving home, or driving to school, and the sun's coming up, or the sun's coming down, or it's just pitch black. I haven't eaten all day. It's like 2 a.m. Only thing open is Taco Bell. I'm on Cooper Street in Arlington. Go to Taco Bell, get some tacos, drive home, go to sleep, wake up 7 a.m., drive back, have a paper due. Oh, I gave you the, syllabus at the beginning of the year. You don't have it anymore? Why didn't you keep it? It's like, you're not gonna tell us when we're gonna have tests? You're not gonna tell us when papers to do, lady? I gave you the syllabus to tell you that. What? And then the lessons don't have anything to do with what's on the test. Like, everything she taught in class had nothing to do with what was on this test. Because all our assignments were do independent research. Okay. I'm triggered. And it's like, what are you people studying? I don't understand. And it's like, I'm not gonna give you the answer. All the testing I ever done is basically you go to class, you hear the lecture, you take notes, remember everything, and then yeah, you put it on paper and you answer the questions. She didn't tell us what we were gonna have on the test. She told us to research the chapter. What? Stupid. But yeah, a lot of people say only thing school gets you good for is good at taking tests. Yeah, I got pretty good at taking tests. Until they weren't multiple choice anymore. Anyway, I don't know. That's why I'm not that's why I don't have my bachelor's in arts. Or animation or film or whatever. Because I was going to school, going to work, working on the game. Got tired of people telling me to, hey, can you fix this one frame? Okay, no, that's not right. Do it again. That's not right. Do it again. That's not right. Do it again. I don't understand. You kind of made it worse. It was good the way it looked. Why'd you do that? And it's like, go back, do that frame. And then, like, after I left the team, I'd check up with a friend who was on there, and he's like, I was like, so what are you doing? He's like, yeah, we didn't use any of that animation that we did. So, oh boy. Woo! I'm glad I left. I'm glad I left the team. The game never got done. People just couldn't satisfy people. I don't like it when there's one little pixel off, like probably 3 pixels, and instead of fixing it themselves, they tell you to fix it, and it's like you're reading text and it's not clear. It's like, it's so weird. It's like that. Okay, if I was talking about this and it's like something's off, let's see. I don't know. Let's say this hand. Yeah, the right hand on Neko Majin, it's a little too big. Can you fix it? And I fixed this hand. No, that's the wrong hand. I set the right hand. I was like, that is his right hand. No, not his right. This communication was all off. It was bad. And without me getting sleep and me having to work on the weekends and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I'd work. And then the rest of the week I'd go to school. Then I had to make time for the game. So working on a team of like 4 people, it just made me, that was probably the most miserable time in my life. So I've been feeling pretty bad and feeling sorry for myself recently. But now that I think back to me going to University, I might as well just dox this school. University of Arlington in Texas. Driving down Cooper Street, going to all those classes, doing all that stuff. Didn't even really pay off. Like the best thing I can say about it is I love most of my classes. Also, I ended up dropping that neoclassical class. And you know what the teacher said when I went up to her and said I was dropping the class? She said, "Well, you can still get a C and pass. Do you really need to drop it?" Miss Z, you were mean to me. I walked up to her and asked you what I could do, and you're like, I'm not. What, you want to easy out? You want me to regurgitate? She, oh boy. Blue hair lady, come on. Why you hate men? You're nice to all the ladies. Why are you mean to me? I come up here asking what I can do. Do the work. I'm trying to do the work. I am doing. I don't know what schedule is. I don't have a syllabus anymore. Syllabus never meant anything because teachers would actually tell me stuff, and junior college was way easier. It took me 7 years, but it was because I wasn't getting sleep. All that video game working. Sorry, I'm venting. This is a weird stream. I think I've been talking about this for 15 minutes. But yeah, working on the team and life gets tough. You need stable people to work with, or you're not gonna get anywhere. Okay, let me read your comments. Sorry, I just got in the zone of rage. I'll go back. Where were you? I spent so much money on school. So I spent. Okay, I had so much money. Okay, I spent $12,000 for that semester, and my brother asked for $8,000 for invest. Like, I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it'll be an investment. You'll get interest and stuff from me. And I was like, what? You're asking for $8,000? For what? Okay, I was down a lot of money. I eventually got the $8,000 back with interest, so yeah, he wasn't kidding. It was, you know. Do you work at a game developer? Do you want indie? You also need to have a strong vision. Yeah, okay. So on top of everything you had to deal with, you had an incompetent teacher. Yeah, I've had several incompetent teachers, but I learned really weird. They had me take this test in junior college. It was basically to learn if I was right brain or left brain. It was like, because you know, like some people learn from like seeing visual stuff and reading stuff. Well, it was weird. They're like, oh, you're like 60-40. You're like 60% visual and they're like 40% audible and all that stuff. It's just weird balance. It's hard to keep my interest. Especially when I'm tired. Yeah, I've had bad math teachers, or teachers that and then I've had, the thing about, I liked about summer school, like summer semester, it was shorter, but it was like every day. Like, it wasn't like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday. It was like every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, of math. So I wouldn't forget what I learned like 2 days ago. It would be the day before that I, you know? It's like... So by the time the tests, I think the tests were on Friday. So it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of learning, and then Friday's the test. And I was like, wow. This didn't give any... It's like my brain is a bucket with holes in it, and I'm putting water of knowledge in there, and it's just leaking. And the longer that I don't use it, the faster I just forget it. Anyway, so you said I had a job like that where I had this person ask me to make a statement he wrote sound smoother. So I turned in a draft, and he said, "This doesn't sound right." So I asked him, "How do I fix it?" And the response I got, "I don't know." Yeah, I hate that. So I wrote it again, and got the same feedback. Did it again, got the same feedback. Yep, yep. Trap, you were in a trap. And from that day on, you were known as Trap. You think I was born with this name? The experiences! Okay. So I finally quit that job because the client didn't know what the crap he wanted. Yep. Yeah, and as soon as I heard you say blue hair, I thought, oh yeah, teacher. Yeah, oh boy, that lady had interesting. I was like, wow. When I got into class, I was like, oh, she's pretty. And then it's like, I think the first day she said, keep your syllabus or something. I think she said, keep your syllabus. I'm not going to give you another one. And the thing, oh, there was internet homework. I hate internet homework. I hate it with a passion. That's why I couldn't pass Spanish class. All the assignments were on the internet. And I couldn't understand. I couldn't log in. I could never log in. So I felt like I took Spanish like 4 semesters too. I was just on a losing streak. I ended up not going to college. I stopped going to college because, okay, I was going to university and they said, you don't have the classes you took. Some of your classes didn't, the credits didn't transfer. And I was like, but I have an associate's degree in art. And they're like, no, you have an associate's degree in liberal art. And I'm like, ugh. It's like, so what do I need? And they're like, oh, you need math again. I was like, ugh. I was like, what else? And they're like, government and Spanish. You need a foreign language. And I was like, no, I can't. Okay. I was like, I can't do that. I'm not good at Spanish. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to be coming back here and spending $12,000 if I'm just going to be spending on classes I can't pass. So I went back to junior college again for a few years. And all the time I was there, I was taking Spanish. And the first semester I failed because I wasn't completing the digital homework. I couldn't log into the server or something. I didn't know how to log in. It was weird. It was just failure. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to school. I'm not learning anything. I'm just wasting money. I can't do this homework. I keep coming back. It's horrible. So the reason I stopped going to school after 12 years of higher education, I was just losing money and not really getting any smarter. So it's like Chris Rock said, what's the difference between someone who drops out of high school? Wait, what's the difference between someone who drops out of school in 5th grade versus someone who doesn't finish high school, it's like, I think he said like 6 years work experience. I kind of feel like if I would have just stopped going to college and just did all this stuff on my own, I would have been where I wanted to be by now. Just because of all the work experience I would have, just from doing it on my, like doing it myself, because I don't really learn anything. But I did make connections in my film class. I was taking a film class, and I made movies, and I was in movies. And after, like 2 years after I left, one of my... You want to see the movie? There's only 4 people here. I could show you the movie. I could probably cut it out or something. I actually haven't uploaded to YouTube. It's in my private box. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I keep thinking about going to trade school, but I'm not a laborer. I'm just like, I'm not good. I'm so out of I guess I'm so out of shape I can't do anything physical that good. And I'm clumsy. I'm clumsy because I'm so big. So my coordination's bad. I'm slow. You know, even when I lose weight, my coordination's just bad. When I try to speed through things, that's when I start dropping stuff. But if I don't take my, if I speed through stuff, I'll drop stuff or throw stuff. If I take my time, no, I'm slow. It's weird balance. If you want to show the movie, go ahead. I'll show a little bit. I'll show the first half. The first half was great. The second half was technical difficulty oblivion. So let me find my movie. Like, there's always like preludes in these videos. I always thought about uploading it, but I never did. Well, it's on here. It's just not on here. It's on YouTube. It's just I've never shown it. I never posted it for people to see. It's just it's a corny movie. I learned so much in that film class. It was like, the way to learn how to make films is making films. So I made films. Where are you? I think I've only showed like one person this movie. They showed it at a film, like our class had a film festival. Yeah, only 11 people have seen this. I mean, this only has 11 views. So I don't know, there's 4 people in here. Might like it, might hate it. It was filmed with the actual HD camera and stuff. It's pretty cool. Okay. This is pretty embarrassing. But you know what? This is what the internet's for, right? I'll mute my mic for you won't get distracted. I'll probably end up trying to edit this part out of the video, I guess, because it's so weird. But I'll stop at the first scene. I'm gonna mute my mic, and here we go.
Local professional wrestler who goes by the name M.U.G.E.N was seen in a confrontation with a fan. Here's a little video that leaked on the internet. Let's take a look.
Want my autograph?
No way, dude. You suck.
Say what?
I'd rather get kicked in the balls and watch you wrestle. Be a whole lot less painful.
Verbal smackdown. Can I say that? Now let's get a word from Lori on what else is happening in local news. Lori?
A new poll shows crime is at an all-time high. Reports of violent crimes have nearly doubled from last year.
Come on in. Have a seat, boy. Now listen, you're getting in the Jova Hall. The name, the mask, the good guy act, it has got to go.
A mask? I never take off my mask.
You got the moves, kid. But no matter what, we just can't market you.
Turn heel? The kids, what about the kids? They look up to me.
Are you crazy? The kids hate you. They can't stand you. You look like some freaky Japanese cartoon. Who's gonna buy that?
I thought my merchandise was selling like hotcakes.
This ain't helping.
No, I will not tarnish my parents' legacy.
Kid, who cares about your parents' legacy? Hasn't been enough to draw me a crowd. Pardon my French, kid, but you suck. Plain and simple. You're so boring, I'd rather be castrated and use my nuts to play hack-a-sack.
Listen, I give it my all out there. You wanted me here, not the other way around. I can hold my own in a real fight, and I can guarantee you that none of those guys in the locker room have as much as heart as I do. And why does everyone compare my matches to testicular mutilation? I'm out of here.
Hey kid, take your little dingleberry with you.
I'm gonna be a hero someday, just like you, champion of the world.
Aw, thank you, little one. But I have to tell you, a hero goes beyond what is asked of him and does what is right when no one else will. That makes a true hero and a better champion.
That's what I'll do then. I'll work hard and be a hero.
The second half of the movie and the first half of the movie are totally different. Like all that stuff that was filmed in that office, that was actually a campus ministry break room. Like the campus, UTA campus has like two. It has two. Oh, I got a follower. That's cool. Thanks, man. I got a new follower on Twitch. It's pretty neat. Thanks. What the heck just happened? Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so that was filmed at the Baptist Ministry. Because, you know, that's where I go to get free food. Like, they'd have, like, stuff they got from a bakery that, like a donut shop that didn't sell. They donate it to the campus ministry. So I go in there and I eat strudel, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, they let me film in there, and so my brother's yelling stuff about testicular mutilation while the Chinese ministry's going on in the other room. That was weird. But it was cool because I had two actors. I had my brother in the mask, and then I had Rustin there, who was the actor, playing the manager. Then I had that girl who was in the hallway as a plant, you know, to react to like him walking down the hall. She was like this. I think she was the sound girl, or was she camera? I don't know. I just wanted her there. Anyway, yeah, I was like, wow, this is so much easier when you have a crew of people to help you out. And it was fun, because when they weren't on the camera, you know, they get something to eat, and, you know, the actors just have to worry about getting their scenes right, and it was fun. But then, like, I was like, okay, there's a fight scene. We're going to try to film all this. Let's do the fight scene. But they said, oh, yeah, you should go check with the campus police to see how everything is. And I was like, where are the campus police? And they're like, oh, they're like the actual police station or something. They're like a mile away, like 2 miles away. You had to drive all the way down there. It's like, okay, the sun's going to start going down. I better go check down with the police. So I get in the office and they're like, I say, I need to speak to someone about getting a permit to film a short fight scene. And they're like, okay, someone will be with you shortly. And then a short cop comes out. He's like 5'5". He's got all these muscles. He's bald. He's got like perfectly trim eyebrows. and he's got his sleeves rolled up, you know? He's got like a Napoleon complex, I guess. And he's like, so, I heard you need to film a permit. You need a film permit for the school. And I'm like, yeah, it's just a short fight scene. And it's like, what is that fight scene? Does it involve any weapons or anything? I was like, yeah, just a, toy knife. And he's like, and when do you need that permit? I'm like, hopefully today. And he's like, that's not gonna happen. You see, we need to... And I'm like, ugh. Basically, that's the thing that really stuck out in my mind is him, like, laughing right in my face, like, that's not gonna happen. Exactly like that. Exactly like that. Oh, man, I'm supposed to be animating. So, and man, no wonder people don't like cops. I'm gonna need a permit. It's gonna take at least, like, 6 weeks. And I'm like, ugh. So, the second half where he's walking and he's on the park bench, that's like in my hometown city. And I had to film that at a school. And I got someone from work to stand in as like one of the thugs, and I was a thug. And I don't want you to see me as a thug. The sound's really bad. I was gonna redub it. I just showed my brother off, and I didn't want to see myself. But yeah, I was trying to film a fight scene. I figured like the dude who was gonna be the thug number 2, it's like I was Sid and he was Vicious. Well, he was like, "Oh, I've got to go to work. I got to be at work at like 2 p.m." And I was like, "What? How early can you get here?" And he's like, 10 a.m. I guess. And it was a Sunday. So he shows up and it's like cloudy and then the sun just blazes. It just pops out of nowhere. And we're wearing these masks and I was wearing a leather jacket and I'm like sweating. And then he's like, okay. So we just film his part first. And he gets knocked out. And he's out of the picture. And then it's just me and my brother filming, like acting against a tripod. Like, set up the camera, stand in the shot, press record, stand in the shot, make sure you're, in the shot, and just act. And then I had to, the movie I turned in, that's my final assignment, was really bad. I feel bad for my brother because he was taking a actual film school. That was like his thesis video. That was his thesis to actually graduate. And it was all written by me, and he was like, "Why do you have to have this stuff in there?" I'm like, "It's funny. It's funny." Like, man, no, I don't want to do that. But it was like he needed a project, and that was my introductory film class, like thesis, and that was his like final thesis. So it was like pretty hilarious. Just because you need something. Anyway, Neko. But yeah, that was fun. I learned about film class. Like filmmaking, you just gotta make movies, and then the more you learn, you watch movies. My teacher said, you watch movies, do what they do, as close as you can, with as many people as you can. Always have catering. Hungry people aren't cooperative people. I should probably end this stream. I'm just talking. 4 people though, I can't let you guys down. I better start the music up and just get back to work. But yeah, I was like, man, I went to college, I didn't get anything except like a bunch of education and filmmaking. I went for animation. I didn't go for filmmaking, but filmmaking is part of animation, so I had to learn both. But I learned so much about filmmaking. I'm making movies and being an actor and all that. And that actually made me a better voice actor. Like, just being an actor made me a better voice actor. Being on camera, learning lines, remembering them. After that, I took a whole bunch of acting classes because I was kind of embarrassed from being on camera. And saying, oh, line? Line? I did not hit her. I did not. Line? Yeah, that was basically me. I like hold up the script, try to read it, put it down, and then do a scene. And I'd forget every time, and it was bad. But that was for other people's projects. When you're in film class, you're usually each other's actors. And I didn't memorize anything. It wasn't until I actually took a acting classes, my acting classes, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna memorize these lines. And that was good. It was good work ethic. You know, people were standing behind the camera waiting for you to get your lines right. You better get them right. What else? What else? Oh, story time, everybody. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. 2 years after I left that school, I was like, man, $12,000 down the drain. I didn't get anything out of it. It's a few movies that I made. Rustin, the dude who was the manager, he showed up. He said, hey, I'm doing my senior thesis for my bachelor's in film arts. You're really good at art. Will you be my art director? And I was like, what? Oh yeah. So I went back to the school and helped him make his film. I was the art director on his film, and now I've got a short film credit as an art director. So, you know, that helped. That helps. You know, just give me some credibility. You know, don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. That was like that was my second credit on Internet Movie Databases. That's why I'm an art director. Oh, what do you say? Is this one of the reasons why I gave up on live action? Oh, this is one yeah, live action movies. Whew, it's tough. If you don't have a group of people helping you, don't do it. It's just torture, because that means one person's gonna have to do multiple jobs. That's the worst thing about independent filmmaking, like doing 5 jobs and 5 people, like everybody's doing like 10 jobs instead of just being really good at one. That's what James Gunn said. They said, so what's the difference? So, how's it when James Gunn got the part of director for Guardians of the Galaxy? They were like, so what's the biggest difference? Is it a lot of pressure? Is it harder being a filmmaker for a big studio? And he's like, no, it's easy. Everybody only has one job they have to do. Like independent film, everybody's got to do like 5 different things. And it's true. Makes a big difference. And even if it's just like 5 people, lighting, mic, camera, and then actors. Everybody's in charge of those things themselves. And not 5 different things. Like, it's so much easier. It's actually fun. But I don't have any friends, so I can't make any more movies. I'd actually have to hire people. That's why all my stuff is animated. It's one-man army. That's why it's one of the reasons I am a voice actor, is because I'm an animator who used to do all the voices for all the parts. That's what got me into acting. What am I doing? This detail work? Come on. Supposed to be putting these lines into these pads. Totally forgot. I just went on a tangent about higher education. You know what? That's probably going to be the title of this stream. The Perils of Higher Education. Neko Majin Z and the Perils of Higher Education. See how this curved line tool works in this program. This version of the program. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm missing SmackDown. But I don't know, Raw's so bad. I just put a bad vibe, put a bad taste in my mouth. For wrestling in general, it's like, 3 hours of that. I can't even sit for 2 hours now. It's getting pretty bad. I'll just watch Wrestling Reality on YouTube and get all the highlights. Then watch everybody, all the reviewers talk about what happened. I get to watch a 3-hour episode of Raw in a 12-minute video. Yes. Yeah. If I double speed, it's 12 minutes. That's pretty bearable. Yeah, my whole stream is like messed up because I showed a movie from school. But yeah, I make movies. And there's probably people who here don't know what I'm talking about, but let's just say, if YouTube finds out about the movies that I was making and showing to you guys, I might have my YouTube taken down, you know? It's like, that's just not appropriate to be showing that sort of stuff. Trap was here. He saw it. Parental discretion is advised. Children under the age of 18 not admitted. Yeah, some hardcore stuff. Used to do some weird films, man. Stuff to make James Gunn like say, "You're crazy. You're a weirdo." Just kidding. That's a joke. No way. But yeah, the movies were fun. I kind of want to make a live-action portfolio. I mean, demo reel for if I could get live-action roles. But I can't find there's a few movies that I can't find that I was in. I think I have a DVD of one of them. I forgot what it was. I actually starred in it. But I totally forgot what it was called. It was a Wish or something. I feel pretty bad about that because I was starring in it as the lead, male lead, and I didn't remember my script. Oh well. It's just student film. Really not safe for work, you know? People wearing masks and stuff, it was really... It was weird. It was weird. And then what he did with the doll? He had the doll and he like jiggled it around and stuff. Man, you guys, whoo! I'm not even kidding. The weird stuff. The weird stuff. And all that talk about testicular mutilation. What was that about, huh? What was that? That's some sick stuff. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Oh yeah, I did. I have another movie. It's called Big Time. That was my very, very, very first movie. It was like a desperation miracle. Because I was like, oh no, I don't have any friends. I can't get any actors. I put a acting call out in the theater area and nobody showed up. I'm in the campus ministry lounge eating donuts and pastries, and I'm just like have my head in my hands, and then like dude shows up, was like, hey, what's wrong? And I'm like, man, I don't have any. I need to make a movie, but I don't have any actors, and it's due like in like a week, and I'll have to edit and everything. And he's like, oh, I'll be in your movie for you. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. I was like, I still need another person. Another 2 people. And he's like, okay, I'll get those people for you. And I'm like, wow, this is a miracle. It's like literally in a Baptist ministry camp. And a dude walks up to me and says, hey, I'll be in your movie. And I'll get other people to be in your movie. And I was like, cool. I'll pay you in food. He's like, yeah, I know a guy who might be just right for this. And I'm like, okay, so... You know what? Do I have the movie? I probably don't have that movie. It's called Big Time. All my stories were supposed to take place in a city where crime was rampant. I was really into Kung Fu Hustle at the time. That's why everything was so weird. I was getting that Stephen Chow kind of phase. like surreal. It's realism. It's real people doing cartoony things, sort of like a Power Rangers or a Super Sentai or something. It's just fun. It's fun. Excuse me. Now let's do a second color on these pants. This. Let's add a highlight. So we've got most of the lines done, so let's highlight it. Guess about it. Okay, there was a gang. I had a gang called the M.U.G.E.N. And it's led by Mr. X. And that's who he was fighting, like. But, you know, I didn't show the fight. Maybe I'll post it one day, someday. There's one edit. Some dude drives by and he yells something out out of his car, and I've got to edit that out. I thought it was hilarious, but that line would be problematic right now in today's climate, and yeah, that would be problematic. That's very problematic. So I've got to edit that line out, like dub in something else. Like, nice mask, loser, or something. Something that's not offensive to people currently. That's as far as I'll go with that. Because it was funny. It was funny then. I was like, aha, that's so funny. I'm gonna leave that in the movie. And then it's like, a few years go by and it's like, oh, you can't say that anymore. That's a dirty word now. It's like, really? It's very offensive. It's problematic. Problematic. So it wasn't when I wrote my movie. It was funny. Wow, this waist got really scrunched down, huh? Because it starts off here, and then it gets, like, a few pixels low. I can fix that. Yeah, that's one reason I didn't finish off the movie. That's one I just haven't shown it because, you know, times change. Times change. It's probably too hard. Alright. Wow, after all that talking, I got really quiet. Kind of like thinking, maybe I should eat dinner. And I'm like, I ate a big lunch. What did I have for lunch? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, tenders and fries. Tenders and fries. Tenders and fries. You know what? I wasn't sure if this turning effect would look good, but it actually does look like he's turning. The tail helps, the back helps. Looks like he's turning. Yeah, that waist is too low. Raise that. Raise the roof. Most artistic industries are all the same. It's you show your work, and if people like it, they'll hire you. It's the same thing for movies. If you want to be a director, you have to go direct movies. So you make your movies and direct them. That's what you do. Want to make a video game? Make your game. Want to make I don't know. Those are only examples. Artistic. Want to make a music album? Start singing. Oh boy, this looks weird. Hopefully it goes by so fast nobody will notice how weird it is. But yeah, that movie was supposed to be I was planning on doing a series of it. Like, it starts off with how he became a hero, and then it kind of takes a Rocky 2 kind of approach. No, Rocky 3. It's like we do a montage of how he cleaned up the city. Everything's good, and he goes to the town hall, and they give him the key to the city, and then like a real supervillain shows up and is like, yes, finally, a superhero has emerged for me to test my wits against. And, you know, it's just an excuse to fight, show a fight. Because I always wanted to make Jackie Chan like movies. It's all excuse to fight. So I had a wrestler turn into a crime fighter. was just because I had a wrestling mask. Custom designed from Mexico. They said it would take 3 months. Took 2 years. I said, hey, where's my mask? And they're like, oh, sorry, we forgot. We lost it. And I was like, ah. I was like, I'm not even training to be a wrestler anymore. What am I gonna do with this mask? And I'm like, oh, okay. Cause I was like really shy. I didn't want anybody to know I was a wrestler. I wanted to be like a weekend warrior where it's like, you know, during the day, mild-mannered Jared. I said my name. I doxed myself, sorry. Mild-mannered Alpha Proto is an artist by day and a pro wrestler during the weekend. It's not horrible. Not horrible. Not that good either, though. I could still probably raise this up a little more. Oh man, I still didn't fix that. There's something about this program I wanted to be fixed, but it wasn't. UTA had a anime club on Fridays. That was cool. I only got to see it, a little bit of it, when I was trying to finish a paper on a Friday. I went to class on a Friday to try to finish a paper. Or was I scouting out locations to film? It was something, I don't know. I was like, oh, that looks interesting, but they're already watching whatever they're watching. So I didn't go in there. Then I was really antisocial. I had to try really hard to break out of my shell. Baby steps, baby steps. But yeah, I'm a filmmaker. I make films. That's what Robert Rodriguez says. You want to be a filmmaker? Go make films. Then when people ask you what you do, you say, I'm a filmmaker. Actually, that thought just got really big, didn't it? Actually, it's not like make him look like he's about to really, like he's flexing. Just flex on him. The Lex Express. Whew, still at it. 3 hours and 7 minutes. Golly. Golly. Okay, let's stop at 3:30. I'm in the zone. I should probably eat something. Eventually. Wonder if Becky Lynch is going out yet. Maybe instead of watching my movie, I should have turned on the television while the movie was running. You know what? I always said if I won the lottery or like came across some money, a lot of money, I'd like to make. You know how they have YouTube studios? I'd like to make one of those for anything. Like if someone needed to make a movie, just have a prop room that they could rent props from, a soundstage. They could dress the set themselves, like a big empty room, and you film in there. And they rent out the room and they rent out what they need costume wise, or they go on a lot and they film there. I think it would be really cool just to see all the creative stuff people would be able to do, as long as it's not illegal within Texas borders. I don't know if anyone would use it though. I know they have Las Colinas. Oh yeah, I do have to stop the stream at some point. Well, I want an even number. I don't want some weird 3 hours and 8 minutes. 3 hours and 9 minutes. 3:15. And the thing is, once I stop streaming, that means I'm probably gonna stop animating. Man, his head got huge. So if I keep going, I'm gonna get more work done.
Mr. Big Head.
Go! Sorry, just entertaining myself. And hopefully everyone in the chat gets that reference.
Mr. Big Head.
You know what? I'm kind of making up for lost time too with this stream. I didn't stream yesterday. I said I would. I didn't do it. I said I was going to stream with you. And I overslept, which is crazy. Crazy to oversleep that long. What was I thinking? But yeah, making up for lost time. I think I'm like 2 weeks behind on this character. I wanted to have all my normals done by the end of October, and hey, guess what? It's November! But I guess you can't do a move if you don't even know what it looks like. That mid kick, I just did that because I wanted at least one normal kick. It doesn't look very effective, though. Because it doesn't have any range. This has range. Hopefully it has speed. It'll be a linker or something. Cat booty. But yeah, it was therapeutic talking to everybody about that. It's funny stories. I think I'm pretty good at telling my stories. I have other good stories, but I don't know, those were angry stories. My good stories are my wrestling stories. Those are, for the most part. Those are like crazy times learning how to be a pro wrestler. I never got my match. I actually did, kind of. Like, just calling it in the ring, sort of thing. That was cool. It's like, man, I did that really good. That could have been great. But being a pro wrestler isn't... If you don't have health insurance, that's that's not a good idea. You break something. It's not a question of if you're going to get hurt. It's more like, when will you get hurt? Then I was paying $60 a week to get trained. That's... ugh. I'm not rich. I'm supposed to be making money, not spending money. And I don't think I'm cut out for the wrestler lifestyle anyway. I thought I was. Didn't realize there was so much travel. I thought you just had to do like one show a week. Definitely not the case. $3:14. Okay, let's do another 15 minutes. Man, I wish I didn't have that 5 minutes or whatever of silence. That was a really good story the first time around, telling it twice. I don't know, this stream was pretty good. Pretty good. Don't know if I can edit that out clean. I'll try. It'll probably be like 10 seconds though. 10 seconds of silence. YouTube editors kind of finicky. It's not precise and it takes hours to render. And once you save it, you can't undo it. So you gotta make sure you get it the way you want before you press that save button. But I'm glad it's there. It's better than nothing. Once said translator for Kenji Inafune. I didn't say that! I didn't say that! Translator, you said it. I met Keiji Inafune. Had him sign my Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 copy. But it was like one item per person, so I had a friend who didn't bring an item. Yeah, Keiji signed Mega Man Legends 2. And Keiji was like, oh, good game. He was like, well, you know. That was so funny. Maybe one day we'll finally get Mega Man Legends 3. Because I always try to look on the bright side of that situation of them canceling. I was like, hey, maybe this is going to be better than we wanted. Like, we were just like, hey, anything's better than nothing. And now maybe it has the potential to be on a HD console instead of a 3DS. I actually bought a 3DS just so I could play Mega Man Legends 3, and then the game never got released, so that was disappointing. They were using the Lost Planet engine, so there's potential to have like really good looking game. I'll clean this up later. Scribble, scribble. I think I'll keep his butt the only thing highlighted. His legs can kind of fade out into the foreground. Might be too much highlight. It's overpowering the mid-tone. I don't like that. Why you gotta overpower the mid-tone, man? Why you gotta upstage the mid-tones, yo? Upstage is a term that, you know, you hear and then you just, you know, just accept it. You go, oh, okay, that's what, that's, trying to, look better than the other guy. But then, like, in acting classes, like, yeah, upstaging is it's like when you're actually stepping in front of the other actors. Because it's, the fourth wall is where all the people are seeing the activity, which is, their seats. There is no fourth wall. It's like the audience is the fourth wall. And if you're standing in front of everybody, then you're upstaging them because you're closer to the audience. So all they can really focus on is you. Okay, let's clean up some lawns. We've got 7 more minutes. 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes of this. Alright, I could do this. Get a clean 330. So these lines are a little too dark. So I'm going to replace them with this color. I'm only going to replace the lines that are touching this color. This color. This is whatever on the outline. I'm gonna change the outlines. Oh, I'm so impatient. So this is going to be this. Oh, I'm gonna go, Mr. Proto. Best luck with the rest of the work night. Hope to see you at my stream on Thursday. Yep, will do. I'll be there. I'll be square. It's kind of difficult since I'm so round. Ooh, I love this cyber shredder. Alright. I think this is... I think the stream's long enough, yo. Things have to meet their bitter end. The bitter, sweet success. So, let's finish this off. Let's finish the stream. So, thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks to everyone who's visited. I'd like to say thank you to Tank Ferret. I'd like to thank It's a Trap Productions and whoever else who's lurking out there. We had a good time. Talked about some of my experiences. And we got some animation done. It was fun while it lasted. I'll try to keep up on this and have it done pretty soon. Before you know it, we'll probably have a character. So, closing out episode 57. This is Alpha Proto. And until next time. Oh, shoot. Come on. Let's get this clean. Closing out episode 57 with a bang. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here with me. And until next time, be seeing ya. Stay out of trouble.